So I just got my copy yesterday, so obviously I'm still in the process of reading it, but I jumped immediately to a section that you wrote, and you talked a little bit about when you were a lot younger, Obama was coming into office, and you already cared a lot about the environment, seemingly you did from when you were 1 or 2 years old. And you sort of just assumed, as I think it's fair to say a lot of people did, that he'll do what's right. That we don't need a sustained movement. So you are part of the sustained movement now, and it's been building. There's even a New York Times article about how people prioritizing climate change more. I think I saw that earlier today. Are you at all worried that there might be that same sort of effect if Joe Biden wins? If the big bad orange man goes away, are some people going to feel like, oh, Biden, he seems nice, he'll just do what's needed?
Totally. I mean, that is one of my greatest fears, aside from Donald Trump winning another election, right? We cannot afford to make the same mistake that we made with Obama, which is essentially building this enormous grassroots force to get him elected into office, and then kind of waving them at the door and saying, good luck, you've got this. And I think what we've got to do is, I feel a lot of hope in this moment, because I actually think some of the biggest policies and transformational policies that have been passed under really moderate politicians. Like, I don't think that FDR or LBJ or Eisenhower or some of these other presidents were actually as progressive as history remembers them as being. In large part, they passed things like the interstate highway system, or Nixon passing the Clean Air Act and Clean Water Act, because 20 million people were in the streets in 1970 for the first Earth Day, calling on him to do that. And so I think we cannot underestimate the power of organized people. We absolutely cannot underestimate the level of resources, funding, and coordination that our opponents have. And I think the only way that we're actually going to win in this moment is if we build and can bring in as many people as possible who are in the streets, who are voting at the ballot box, who are doing direct action, who are organizing their friends, who are talking to their neighbors, who are signing petitions online, doing all of this in as safe a way as possible and what we can do. But I think that is an essential piece of the puzzle, and the book really dives into, you can have the people power, you can have the protest politics, you can have the grassroots organizing, but if you don't have the political power and you don't have the ability to institutionalize your victories, and you don't have candidates that are actually accountable to you and hold the same values as you will never actually have those ideas see the light of day and be implemented to actually help people. And the same is true. You can't just, I really don't believe in just vote and everything will be okay. You can get people elected into office, but if there aren't movements that are really cultivating the political conditions by which those politicians can act and pass transformative policy, it's all a moot point. So I think you need both of those ingredients at once, and that's kind of been Sunrise's sweet spot.
Well, let me ask you sort of a follow-up to that. I hope that Joe Biden does the right thing. He seems to have evolved a little bit on the climate. I doubt it's foremost on his mind. So let's say he wins, and what is the sort of starting position? And I guess you can only speak specifically for yourself, but obviously you represent like among the most important, if not the most important, climate organizations. Is it going to be, let's see for a little bit, or are we going to see day one, like the first time, the earliest memory of the Sunrise Movement was those protests outside of Nancy Pelosi's office? Is that waiting for Biden on day one when he's sworn in, or do we give him a chance and see?
That was a little triggering for me, John. The let's wait and see was, I just felt myself get heated for a second. No, I mean, if we have learned anything over the last couple of years, it is that we as movements cannot afford to be reactive. We have to be proactive. We've got to be setting the agenda. We've got to be making the table. We've got to be creating the dialogue. We've got to be forcing the conversation. If we are acting on the timeline of the establishment Democrats, we are going to lose, and a lot of people are going to die. And that's how stark it feels for me. When we were able to do that action in Nancy Pelosi's office. A large reason why we did it just days after the 2018 midterms is because we knew Democrats weren't going to prioritize the issue unless they were forced to do so. And we didn't want to wait for them to take action and then say, okay, that's not good enough. We wanted to say, this is the bar. This is the bare minimum that you have to do. And if you don't meet that minimum, that actually means that we're not tackling the climate crisis in a way that science and justice demand. And I think it's very similar to the Joe Biden case. We have a huge stimulus plan that's going to be coming in the first 100 days. He's already agreed to make climate change a core priority of that, along with job creation and infrastructure. But if we don't get out and say, this is the high bar, this is the high watermark for what this plan needs to look like, and what you have right now is the floor, I think we're gonna definitely lose ground.
Yeah. Let me ask you one more question about putting together the book, because you not only wrote for the book, but you also edited, which obviously must have been an amazing opportunity because you have literally the best writers and speakers and communicators and policy generators. That's got to be great. But I have to assume too, was it hell? Like that many people, that many deadlines, and just coordinating, was it hell to put this amazing work together?
Well, it was very much a group effort, and I will say my co-editor Guido Gigenti, who is also one of the co-creators of Sunrise, was phenomenal with all of this. He was actually doing a lot of the jujitsu with bringing people together and coordinating all of it. And I can say it was a little bit of hell. I don't know how so many people are putting out books every day and every week, because I'm like, this is an extraordinarily difficult process. And I wrote like 2, maybe 3 chapters, and I was like calling it quits after that. But I'll say, I mean, it was such an honor. Like, I used to read Naomi Klein's books when I was 19 and be like, she is brilliant. I would only wish that I could meet her one day, and to have her writing in a book that has our name on it is just so special and so powerful. And I could say the same with Reverend Barber and so many other of the really, really prolific, really just like giants that are contributing to this book. So it was a real honor.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to read more of it, and we really appreciate you coming on. Everybody, the book is Winning the Green New Deal, available today, and in fact, right now at shoptyt.com, available for 20% off during our Back to Class promo. So definitely go take a look at that. Varshini, as always, thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.